Renaissance is a rebirth of ancient tradition. It's the transition of medieval times to the early modern ages. Everything changed: building, art, and even lifestyle. Architecture, art developed first in Florence, Italy. One of the first innovators, Filippo Brunelleschi, he wanted to change the way the buildings look and put art in it.
During that time, though, many individuals wanted to become famous artists or architects. Many of them didn't make it, but a few shined through, such as Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, Raphael, Donatello. Even some women artists shined through, such as Sofonisba.
Like Rick was saying, many people from the Renaissance gave us ideas on modern mechanics and science, such as Leonardo da Vinci. He was the first ever to get the blueprint for a helicopter. Now look at us. That being said, let's take a look at a few of the artists from the Renaissance, their work and accomplishments through life. Leonardo da Vinci. During the Renaissance, I was a famous painter, sculptor, scientist, and an inventor. During my time, I painted the Mona Lisa. It was one of my best creations. I also created the first blueprints for the tank, parachute, and even a self-propelled cart. On top of all that, I looked at the human body. I made detailed sketches of the human muscles.
My name is Michelangelo. During the Renaissance time period, I was an artist. I even painted the Sistine Chapel. I was also a sculptor. One of my most famous sculptings was a statue of David. I was also an architect and even a poet.
Sofonisba and Guisola. I was an Italian painter born in Cremona. I received a well-rounded education and became one of the first well-known female painters. I traveled to Rome, where I met Michelangelo, who recognized my talent. I also became the official painter of the king in that time period. I mostly painted family members, self-portraits, and later on in that period, I painted about religion.
My name is William Shakespeare. I was born in the late Renaissance, during the Elizabethan time period. I was a famous actor and a famous playwright. I wrote and performed in many of my own plays, such as Romeo and Juliet, Macbeth, and A Midsummer Night's Dream. I performed in the Globe Theatre, the most famous theater at the time for Queen Elizabeth I herself. I also performed many of my own sonnets.
My name is Rafael Sanzio, or better known as Rafael. I am one of the greats following Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci. I worked for the church and painted my most famous painting, the School of Athens in the Vatican. I also was an architect. For a short time I was one of the most important architects in Rome. I also worked for 2 popes.
My name is Sir Thomas More, or as some Catholics know me, Saint Thomas More. During the Renaissance time period, I was an English lawyer, social philosopher, author, and even counselor to King Henry VIII of England. I was also Lord Chancellor. During that time, I made my most famous book, Utopia, which had some controversial ideas in it that many people today would consider communist or socialist.
I was an Italian painter and sculptor from Florence. I received my artistic training in a goldsmith workshop. I worked on a statue of St. Mark. I completed the St. George for one of the churches. I completed a tabernacle that was wanted by the church. My sculptures were known as one of the best in my era.
This was the Renaissance, or rebirth. This was the time to throw old ways of thinking away and bring in new ideas from all around the world to paint a brand new picture. Today we learned about some of the most important and influential people during the Renaissance time period. They're still influencing us today through machinery, science, architecture, art, speech, and even ideas of freedom and equal rights. You know, after hearing all that, I sure feel like I learned a lot. What about you, Derek?
I sure did.
We hope you learned a lot too. Thank you for being with us. During that time, many individuals wanted to become artists or architects. Few made it though. Then again, the few actually did make it, such as Leonardo da Vinci, Donatello, Susan B. Anthony. This was the Renaissance, or rebirth. This was a time to throw old ways of thinking away and bringing new ideas from all around the world to print in Britain.
With that being said, let's take a look at a few of the artists from the Renaissance, their work and accomplishments.
So today we learned about some of the most important and influential people during the Renaissance. They're still influencing us today through machinery, technology, art, architecture, speech, and even down to the freedom. So to learn. Dad, turn it down! Dad! What? Turn it down!
Oh, it's been recording.
This is gonna be so freaking random, you know that? He's like gonna be like, this is no historical value, unless I'm like on my back. No, I know what
What is your name?
My name is Sir Thomas More, or as many of the Catholics know me, Saint Thomas More.
What is your role in the Renaissance?
During the Renaissance time period, I was an English lawyer, social philosopher, author, and even counselor to King Henry VIII of England. I was also Lord Chancellor. And during that time, I made and published my first book. That was not my first book, it was something else. But it had many communist ideas in it, and
Find it. Turn around. Just go. Dude, I'm seriously not an actor.
just stop messing with Seta.
Just go.
No pieces of paper. Let's go.
No piece of paper?
No.
I'm not doing that.
Go back. Okay.
Like Rick was saying, many people from the Renaissance gave us ideas on modern mechanics and science, such as Leonardo da Vinci. He was the first ever to have the Bluetooth, bro. That was so good.
Okay.
Is it recording?
You ready?
Here you go. Like Rick was saying, I can't do it. I gotta.
Oh yeah, one last thing. Peyton, this is for you.